Well, welcome back to our Forex trading channel. Thanks for tuning in to whoever's tuned in. And if you're here for the first time, you'll join our Forex trading WhatsApp group. Link is right in the description. And as always, let's tune in. So we have started today's live session. My name is Jonathan Semka, and I'll start by. So today we are starting with GBPJPY. As we see, GBPJPY is actually bullish, and being bullish, GBPJPY is bullish as we see. So being bullish, I'm hoping for GBPJPY to touch this zone right here. I have an order block that I marked up from this zone that we see here. I marked an order block from the 15-minute time frame. So I'm expecting to go bullish on GBPJPY from this point right here. And so guys, if you could see this very well, I'm expecting GBPJPY to grab all this liquidity that we have here, and I'm expecting it to tap this order block, and I'm expecting for a bullish continuation on GBPJPY. The other reason I'm hoping for that, so GBPJPY actually it broke above the past. This was the past higher time frame supply zone. If you see it very well, it was the higher time frame supply zone, and it's where price is actually. So it breaking above it means that you are formed what we call a flip zone. If you're a supply and demand trader, you can relate. Forms what we call a flip zone. After breaking a supply, this was a higher time frame supply zone, and breaking it means that we have formed the flip zone, and so this became a flip zone after a break above it, and we are expecting for further buys because we broke above it. As we see, price broke above, so we are hoping for further buys from this zone before this zone is left. But now, how to get the perfect entry, because you can see the setup and then you mess up with everything, you can still lose though you have seen the setup. So what I'm expecting, where I'm planning to take this trade from, I'm waiting for price to touch this 15-minute order block. I took this order block on the 15-minute time frame, and I'll wait for clear confirmation from this order block. I'll wait for clear confirmation from this order block right here. I wait for clear confirmation from this order block. After tapping this order block, I wait for clear confirmation, and I will continue bullish on GBPJPY. So there is an untapped fair value gap on GBPJPY. There are, if you dive into the higher time frames like the 4-hour time frame, you will see that above there is an untapped fair value gap that we are expecting GBPJPY to fly up to. So on GBPJPY, I'm bullish. And so this is what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm still showing you what I'm talking about, the 4-hour, but I don't know why it's failing to download actually. It's disturbing me. But there is a 4-hour fair value gap that I'm expecting that price to reply up to. But I don't know why these days the network of this side is really disturbing. So network of this side these days is not so good. On the higher time frames, there is a fair value gap from this point from in this zone right here above this previous side. This previous side that price last touched, there is a fair value gap from this point. The one I wanted to show you from this side right here, but it's failing to download. And so I think I will play in the section. So that's my expectation on GBPJPY. I'm bullish. We are I think we're gonna grab all this liquidity. If you see this liquidity that we are having here, and so yes, on GBPJPY I'm bullish. After a tap in this order block, I wait for clear confirmation, and then I apply higher. Though the truth is, I have a limit. I have a limit there, so I placed my limit from. I placed a limit somewhere there. But I don't advise anyone to take a limit in this trade because I don't advise anyone to take a limit on this trade, but I actually have a limit right yeah, that's where I place my stop loss on the limit, and I press the tip in right to this point here. So I have the limit, but I advise that we wait for clear confirmation before taking that trade. So after tapping that zone, clear confirmation, then we shall be flying higher, grabbing all this liquidity that price formed right on this point, and also feeding the next fair value gap. So for those who want much longer trades, you could make sure that your stop loss is below this zone right here, and then you could take your TP somewhere above this previous high, high, because literally there is a higher time frame fair value gap that we expect price to tap. Yeah, we need clear confirmation, because as we see, it might also reverse. There is also a resistance level where at this level where price previously stopped, there is also a resistance level, but that resistance level price has overtapped it. Now. This is the third time tapping it, and as you see, there is a fair value gap there, and literally price is expected to break above this zone right here. So that's my bias on GBPJPY. And for gold, and for gold, so yes guys, as for gold, as we see, gold actually gold, I'm also bullish on gold. But let me first break down my setup on gold. So guys, this is gold, and on gold also I'm bullish. Gold previously tapped my high probability zone, but I didn't take this trade actually because it was an Asian section tap. I usually don't trade. don't like taking trades that tap my points of interest during the Asian sessions, so I failed to take this trade. I didn't take it from this point here. But when you look at gold, this was a high probability zone. But being that this was an Asian session tap, there is also an expectation that price might drop and take it as liquidity, sweeping it off as liquidity. But putting that aside, I'm expecting that gold is gonna, at least the minimum I'm expecting gold to do is to fly and fill this fair value gap. So my next target on gold is, I'm bullish on gold up to this zone that you see here. Actually, this trade that I took previously on Friday yesterday, it was a loss. I was swept off by, so I'm out of this trade. Actually, I was out by a loss. Don't think that it was a win. It was I had a loss on that trade. And for gold, had a loss on that trade, and I'm bullish on gold, feeling that fair value gap that we are seeing here. So I'll wait for price to break above this area that we have here. If you could see this area, this previous lower high that we are having here, I'll wait for price to break above it. Don't know if you see this. This area here. I wait for price to break above this area, then a retest, and I will be flying higher on gold. So guys, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm trying to show here, but I'll wait for price to break above this previous lower high. Let me use this trend line right here. I wait for a break above So guys, I'll wait for a break above this previous lower high that we're having here. So a clear break above and tap in the order block that's gonna be left from this point here. We shall look for a clear order block that's gonna be left here, and that's where I will be having buys on gold to grab this liquidity that we are having here. So I'm expecting to fill this fair value gap. So this is my next target on gold, filling this gap. So I'll wait for a clear break above, then retest. That's where I look for further buys on gold. So even gold, I'm bullish, but clear confirmations are needed on these setups that I'm showing here. Much clearer. You need clear confirmations on these setups. So I'll be waiting for price to break above, then retest in the order block that we're gonna be having, and then fly above. So even on gold, I'm bullish. So that's my setup on gold. I'm bullish. after a break above this zone, I'll be waiting for a clear confirmation, then buy above once again. So, and if gold price doesn't break above this zone, I won't be considering taking this trade. Or maybe the other point that I might take a gold buy from, I'm expecting that price might also want to liquidate this previous week's low, this Friday's low that we are having here. Price might want to liquidate it, tapping our order block that we have right here, and then clear. If I get a clear confirmation from this point, I might take further buys from this order block that you have right here. But then if price breaks below, then that will be something that will mean a change of bias from bullish to bearish if price breaks below this zone that we have here. So if price breaks below this zone, we shall have changed our bias, but literally I'm expecting buys on gold. So there are higher chances that we are bullish on gold after the confirmations that I have showed you, either clear break above the previous lower high, then retest and fly higher, or a tap in this order block that we left below here, clear confirmation, then we break higher. Because if you look clearly, you had the market structure shift the last week, had a clear market structure shift in structure. So price might have changed bias to bullish, towards previously bearish, might have changed bias to bullish, and so tap on this order block or a break above this previous lower high, it will mean that we shall be taking further buys. So for whoever's tuned in today's live session, thanks for tuning in. I was Jonathan Semka. Those are the setups that I have for GBPJPY and XAUUSD. And if you're not in our Forex trading WhatsApp group, you may join us. We usually have Forex trading discussions. And as always, you're on this journey, success, and I'm cheering for you every step of the way, guys.